All right, people, this is QSP time, and the Legatus, it's been out for a while, but I really like it, and I had never got on my channel yet. It's got M390 as a blade steel. It's titanium. It's got this inlay here on this particular one of like red G10 carbon fiber thing going on here. And if you'll notice, this is DBW, Dutch Blade Works, and there's their moniker. And you know what? It's just reminds me of the Xerxes that I did a review on a while back on the Dutch Blade Works knife here. And this was a Tashi Baruka / Goody von Poppel collaborative with Dutch Blade Works. And now, and of course, this is really an interesting knife. But this one is Dutch Blade Works collaborative with QSP. This one's really a solid feeling knife. These are pretty hefty slabs of titanium here. And I don't know, I guess it was the design that really drew me to this knife. The price is not that cheap, but the design drew me. Okay, not bad. You know, they want $279 for it. So if it's $280, that's $28 off if you use LTK as your discount code. So, you know, it's in the mid 200s, you know, about 250, somewhere in there. And here's your description, 8.125, so 4.75 closed length, about 3.4-inch blade, ceramic bearings, 5.2 ounces. It's just got a really nice, smooth action to it. And we'll take this apart and check it out. It's not a lightweight knife, especially if it is 5.2. 5.2 is not all that lightweight, and it is 5.23 at 148 grams and 8.1 whatever inches overall length, so it's gonna be about the same size as a Paramilitary 2. And let's throw a tape on it right now. Yeah, I mean, they say 3 point whatever. They didn't say 3.5-inch blade, but it is all of that. And it's 3.25-inch cutting length. Mid choil there, it's 3.5. Overall length, yeah, 8.125 or whatever. Now, let's see what we have for handle thickness is 0.53, and it's not contoured, it's flat. Okay. 0.15, it's close to, well, it's 3.8. It's close to 4mm blade stock, which is pretty hale and hardy. The fit and finish seems really good. They've really done a good job of cleaning up all these edges. It's really nice and rounded and smooth, and it feels good in the hand. The ergos are good here. And you can climb up front here and see you got this little ramp, so you can kind of really get up here as well. Yeah, I just, you know, reverse grip. Oh yeah, that's nice. I don't know. There's just something about it I really like, and I know it's not real inexpensive. The design flows really well. Let's see, blade to handle length is adequate. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not real easy to throw out. So I'd say the detent is adequate at about a 5.0, somewhere in there. Centered, 25% lockup. No blade plate, no lock rock. And the drop's not real guillotine-ish right now. When we get it back together, maybe we'll soften this up a little bit and give us a little bit more of a drop. I like the inlay in here. You can see the inlay sits up a little higher than the scale. You put your lanyard in through this pin here so there's no hole through the knife, which is kind of a nice clean look. Pocket clip flows with the design. That looks good, but it's right-hand tip up only. And where's my balance? My balance is right there. Not bad. Plunge. Plunge looks symmetrical. It looks good. Nice grind on it. Satin blade. You know, you could do some things. I mean, you could anodize the titanium, pimp it out if you wanted to. Maybe go to a bronze or something. But yeah, it's a good looking knife, and it comes in this box, which is, you know, they're a little bit more upgraded box. And here, you know, is the information on it. Pull this drawer open and pull the drawer all the way out. And then you get the zipper pouch comes into inside this plastic here. And then of course you get this card that talks about the actual knife, the QS 136 Legatus. Gives you information there. And your little scanner barcode thing. And a zipper pouch, so you get all kinds of goodies here. And that's for the knife. There's the pocket. There's the microfiber cloth. So that's all good and solid. Solid box. Yeah, it's pretty good right there. Like I was saying before, detent. Let's see if I can fail it. Okay, yeah, I can fail it. Yeah. Not difficult. So, I mean, the detent's not that incredibly tough, but I'm not throwing it out like that. So it's not coming out very easy. It's pretty solid. Jimped flipper tab. Flipper tab is not too big. It's big enough though. You know, it would have been interesting if they could have brought the flipper tab forward a little bit more and made this a little thinner. That would have been nice. They could have even made it a little shorter, but definitely taken some front to back size off of that and slid it forward a little bit, I think. But it is pretty intuitive the way it opens. Not a problem there. Now, of course, we got QSP's logo on the front, so this is the only way we can get in here. And apparently something's holding the pivot in place, so that's a good thing. So the way I prefer it, that's for sure. Well, wow. What are we doing? Okay, we let the screw come off the front. And here it is. I caught a glimpse of something here. There you go. So they have a little bit machined way that obviously sits here and keeps this from moving. Well, let's go to the front then. And QSP with number 6 screws. I'm not overly impressed with the hardware on this. For this kind of price, I think you could have gone with more of a machine looking, you know, something a little nicer, you know, flat, kind of machined look, rather than these domed, you know, kind of standard looking screws. And really number 8s would have been preferable. So those are a couple of items right there that jump out at me. And, no weight relieving here, but of course you've got it all going on here so that you can fit the inlay in there. And then obviously you can release the inlay by undoing these screws. And here's your ceramic bearings. Okay. Ceramic bearings. Some kind of lubricant that was holding them in place, that's for sure. And there goes the pivot. And apparently it looks to me like there are 2 screws going into a centerpiece here, so maybe it can unscrew from both sides. We have a hardened steel insert here. We have ceramic bearings. There's where our stop runs. And of course it's an internal blade stop here. And that pin, moves side to side as needed. But there's your detamp ball. So it's not like permanently affixed to that blade like many of them are. So as you can see, we have a round pivot with screws that come in on both sides. I would have preferred really a one-piece pivot with this being solid here with this logo on this end. And really, my own preference is that this would have been a D-shaped pivot, one piece with this cap here, and then this being the only screw that comes out. But instead, they have a centerpiece, so it's a 3-piece pivot that's not D-shaped. Not my favorite, but at least they did this machined area here so that things will break away and you can unscrew the pivot screw. And where's our steel washer? There we go. That's one way to get them out, is a magnet. So steel washer in here because you got titanium. All right, just put it in reverse to put it back together, except this is a funky monkey here. I'll need to move this until it sits down on that machined area. And there it goes. Right there. And let's kind of maybe start this onto here. Let's put a washer and our ceramic bearings on here, and grab ourselves some KPL. Put a blade and push this stop through here. Just a lot of things. The 3-piece pivot, no. This movable piece here, it's okay. I guess it is what it is. But and let's put our washer back in here. Steel washer on that side in here. And then we can push this together. Well, I guess we'll put the washer on top of here since it fell out. And put this back together like this. And it snaps together. And then we just have this centerpiece, which ought to be interesting to wind up, because we have 2 separate screws, which is not my first choice. And let's throw these, and they look the same length. Yeah, back in the body of the presentation side. Okay. And we're good there. So where are we? Are we centered? Yeah. What's our action like? That's way easier than it was. Maybe a little bit guillotine-ish, but I mean, we got it. Yeah. It's nice now. All right, we're back. Yeah, that's a much nicer drop on this knife. Yeah, I really like this, but there's just certain knives that hit me a certain way, and this one I really like the design on it. There's, gosh, a lot of things I'd like to change. Definitely change the hardware here. Go to a 2-piece pivot, not 3-piece. D-shaped. Wow, yeah, a few things there. But overall, it's a great design, and it works. I mean, it comes apart and goes back together. Take care, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out. Subscribe to my channel, and just remember, we love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.